Hi, guys. Welcome to Monitoring and Evaluation Made Simple. I'm your host, Coach Alexander. Thank you so much for coming to this channel. Today, we'll be looking at an interesting topic, how to pass a monitoring and evaluation job interview. So, in case you are going for an interview, it could be tomorrow or it could be day after tomorrow or next week. Please pay attention to these tips because I know they work. I've used them myself and it has won me interviews before. So, before I go any further, let me just tell you something. As you all know, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Coach Alexander. I've been in this field for 10 years now. But interestingly, I've participated in job interviews both as an interviewer and an interviewee. So at least I have some understanding of how these processes work. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I do have understanding that I can share with you right now. So before I go any further, I want to let you know that we have this 6 month coaching program which is running for 6 months. It started in January 12th, but it isn't too late for you to enroll. So please, if you're interested to enroll in this 6 month one-on-one coaching program, write to me and I'm going to guide you throughout the way on how you can get your spot into this one-on-one coaching program. Then we have these free ebooks which are given totally for free, no strings attached. The link is in the description below. Feel free to download them. And then there is this course running on Udemy, how to set up a monitoring and evaluation system step by step. It is only $12. It could be less depending on the weather at Udemy. I have the timestamps as usual because this video could be long. So use the timestamps in case you don't want to watch the whole video, but you want to skip certain parts and only watch the parts that are relevant to you. So without wasting any more time, let's go straight into business. Okay, so now I want to talk about, first of all, the journey to finding a job. For those of you who don't have jobs right now, I want to appeal to you that this is just a phase. There is that time when work is hard to find, okay? And the reason is simple. We live in a very competitive world right now. It's getting more challenging, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of stuff is happening. But I have to tell you guys, never give up, okay? You have to keep on pushing. You have to keep on trying. So I want to appeal to you to continue making those applications. Always think positive, okay? I know it's very hard. I've been there before, guys. It's very hard. And sometimes you just wake up, you don't know what the next day will bring. You don't know where you find the next money to pay your bills. It's hard. And for those of you who are breadwinners, there's so much pressure. You have the rent and all that stuff. So just be positive, get plenty of rest, and also take time to build your networks. Fall back on your friends. Use the social networks, social media. Sometimes it helps because a lot of interaction takes place. Okay, guys, so please keep on pushing. Okay, so why are interviews conducted? Okay, so now the interviews are really conducted in order for you to get to know about the organization, but most importantly, the employers want to get information beyond what they see on the application or the CV. So that is your opportunity to really sell yourself because you'll be shocked actually that sometimes a CV can be so nicely written, so beautiful, but when you interview the candidate, they're not really giving you what you expect from the CV. So, guys, that is why you need to really sell yourself. This is your opportunity to really let the employers know that you're truly the one capable of doing the job. So you have to come out a winner. Of course, you can't win all the games, okay? It's just the way it is in life. We can't all be winners, but there's going to always be that time when you win something. So, to win an interview, you have to see yourself in the eyes of the employer. Okay, so if you were the employer, would you hire yourself? That's the thing you need to ask yourself. So now there are four important tips to win an M&E job interview. Okay, and I'm going to contextualize this to the monitoring and evaluation field because that is my expertise and I know what these people are usually looking for. And interestingly enough, when a company is looking for an M&E specialist, the interesting part is that they may not even use a recruiting company. The organization themselves are going to shortlist and they're going to sit down with the candidates to try and gauge whether they can indeed fit in well. So here are the tips. One, prepare thoroughly for the interview. I have to tell you guys, preparation is key. And I don't know about you guys, but I like watching soccer a lot. And one of the things I've noticed is that the teams that really do a very good preparation are usually the teams that end up winning matches. So you really need to prepare yourself well. So read about the organization and prepare for the aptitude test. What I've noticed, guys, is because they receive so many applicants, sometimes an organization may opt to have these aptitude tests. Now, one thing I have to tell you about aptitude tests are really hard, okay? And they're not really designed to make you score high. They're just designed to sieve out candidates who are not qualified for the I mean you may all be qualified, but it's a sieving mechanism. So take this as an opportunity to showcase your analytical skills. There are many videos on YouTube that talk about passing aptitude tests. Watch those videos, practice, 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 and until you get the job done. Then another thing which really works well is to anticipate the kind of questions that interviewers are likely to ask. All right, so you need to think outside the box. What is it they're going to ask you? One of the questions that never seems, it just never, it you never find it not there, okay, is tell me about yourself. That one always comes. And one thing you need to do is practice for that question and try to limit your introduction to maybe 5 minutes so that you're given enough time to answer other questions. Another important aspect is arriving early for the interview. For obvious reasons, you don't want to waste people's time. So if you come late, that already shows that you'll be late for meetings, you'll be late for work. So they don't like that. That's already a bad sign. So just come early for work. I mean, for the interview. And then when you come early, it gives you, when you get early to the office, to the place, to the venue, it gives you that um, that feeling. It helps you adjust to the external environment so that you're not nervous. So it helps you study the environment. You can pick one or two things about the culture in that organization just by spending a bit more time seated and looking around. Okay, so those are some of the tips I can tell you. Dress smartly. Okay, please get this from me. First impressions always matter. If you can buy yourself a new suit, I personally did that once. I bought myself a new suit. I think it worked well. It got positive results. You have to do that if you can afford it. But if you can't, there's no harm. Just try to look your best. And you should avoid, keeping beard. Okay, I don't know about other cultures. Maybe beards are allowed, but I think you need to be clean. For guys, you need to be clean shaven. Okay, nice haircut. You know, look neat. Ladies, the same. Look neat. Okay. One other thing that also never fails is to be confident about yourself. I mean, if you're not confident about yourself, why would you expect anyone else to be confident in you? You need to be sure about what you're saying, about the ideas you're raising, about the questions you're answering. Okay? Even if, for instance, they ask a question and when you answer that question, one of those people on the panel seem a bit, their faces change. No, just feel confident about yourself and believe that what you're suggesting can actually work. Okay, so now I want to talk about again about the aptitude test and the oral interview. For the aptitude test, it's usually advisable to answer all the questions to the best of your knowledge and understanding. Okay, but don't aim just to answer them and you get things wrong, but aim to answer and get them correctly. And then during the oral interview, it's good to maintain eye contact with the panel, avoid distractions. Okay, even if you go to the interview and the panel offers you something to drink, it's a good gesture, but I just feel that, and this is also supported with other HR professionals, that it could be something that could distract you. So you need to just avoid eating anything or chewing anything because that can be a distraction. And learn to explain your strengths, okay, in relation to the job function. And in monitoring and evaluation, one of the strongest strengths, sorry, that came out wrong. Actually, one of the biggest strengths um, is being analytical, hardworking, and you know also adjusting to pressure. All those things are really important. So you have to learn to bring that out in the interview, okay? Because then they will know that okay, this is somebody who is dependable, and it's a quality that really all M&E professionals should possess because the M&E function is a busy function, so you have to learn to just showcase that you are actually up for the job. Okay, so now another thing is that there are those times when you may not understand the question, and this can happen a lot, even to the best candidates. So if they ask you a question and you don't understand that question, you may need some time to think through it. But the thing is that the truth of the matter is you just don't have that time. So one tip I can give to you is simply ask them to repeat the question. And when they repeat the question, that time when they're actually repeating it is the time when you're thinking through on your response. Okay? Maybe you can ask them, maybe the maximum you can even ask them to repeat it 2 times. Okay? That's the maximum. Okay? But let it come out as if it's genuine, but you're just trying to think things through. So when you think things through, after thinking things through, if you don't have the answer, simply tell them that I am not really sure or I'm not in position to answer that at this time because I am not well informed on that subject matter. However, I wouldn't expect you to fail. So try to think of an answer because the competition is tough and everybody is answering all the questions. So you have to answer all the questions. Okay, so thank you so much. From time to time, I'll be talking about this topic, and I hope we're going to have a very fruitful interaction. I've been your host, Coach Alexander, and see you on the other side. Bye.